Chevy finally has a model worth attention in the market's most competitive segment. After years of lagging behind, the new generation is finally good enough to beat the rivals, and the next year's model brings further polishing. Stay with us and find out what really makes the 2026 Chevrolet Equinox so special, and why the competition can't match this. Design, fresh take. The exterior strikes a balance between bold and refined that many automakers struggle to achieve. Those strong character lines running along the body create a sense of motion even when parked, and the confident stance gives it more presence than you'd expect from a compact SUV. The LT trim keeps things straightforward with a chrome crossbar grille that doesn't scream for attention. The 17-inch aluminum wheels fit the proportions well, and the LED lighting front and rear looks modern without being overdone. We really appreciate that Chevrolet didn't go crazy with unnecessary chrome or plastic cladding. It's clean and purposeful. Where things get interesting is with the Activ trim. This isn't just slapping some plastic body cladding and calling it rugged. The prominent chrome surround paired with the black grille creates a more substantial appearance, and those 17-inch machined wheels with all-terrain tires actually look like they belong together. The optional two-tone roof combinations work better than expected. They add character without looking like an afterthought. The RS trim takes a completely different approach with its blacked-out aesthetic. That unique black grille and front fascia give it a more aggressive personality, and the black crossbar with body-colored lower bumper trim creates nice visual contrast. Standard 19-inch wheels make a strong statement, though we'd probably skip the optional 20-inch wheels unless you're really committed to the look. Color options include some genuinely attractive choices. Cacti green is surprisingly appealing in person, while polar white tri-coat replaces the previous iridescent pearl and looks more premium. Radiant red tint coat pops against those black trim pieces on the RS, and the various two-tone roof options give buyers real customization without getting ridiculous. Interior design. The interior quality feels a step above what we typically see in this price range. The materials don't feel cheap, and the overall design is clean and functional without being boring. Front seat space is generous with about 40 inches of headroom and nearly 41 inches of legroom. The seating position provides that commanding view that SUV buyers expect, and visibility is quite good thanks to those large windows. The seats themselves are comfortable and supportive. We didn't experience any fatigue during longer drives. Each trim level gets thoughtful material choices. The LT's cloth upholstery is actually quite nice. It doesn't feel like typical economy car fabric. Comfort features are standard where they matter most. Even the base LT gets heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, features that many competitors charge extra for. Power adjustable seats on higher trims work smoothly, and the available heated and ventilated seats are effective without being overly complicated. Small details make a difference. The ambient lighting isn't overwhelming, rear seat air vents actually work well, and the dual-zone climate control responds quickly. The center console storage is practical, not just a big empty space, but actually organized for real-world use. Practicality, genuinely useful space. The 2026 Equinox delivers on the practical promises that compact SUVs are supposed to make. With 5 seats and smart packaging, it actually feels like they thought about how real people use these vehicles. Rear seat space is competitive with about 39 inches of headroom and nearly 40 inches of legroom. Adults can sit back there comfortably, and the flat floor makes a real difference when you need to fit 3 across. It's not limousine space, but it's genuinely usable for families or groups of adults. Cargo space measures 29.8 cubic feet behind the rear seats, which isn't class-leading, but is very usable. The opening is wide and the floor is low, making it easy to load heavier items. With the rear seats folded, you get 63.5 cubic feet, enough for furniture runs or serious camping gear. The hands-free power liftgate works as advertised. Approach with the key fob and it opens automatically. No weird leg waving required, just get close and wait a second. Simple and effective. Also, storage throughout the cabin is well planned. The wireless charging pad fits most phones properly. Multiple USB-C ports mean everyone can charge devices, and there are enough small storage spaces for keys, wallets, and all the other stuff you accumulate during daily driving. Safety. Chevrolet really loaded this thing up with safety tech. We're talking over 15 different systems that come standard, and that's not typical for a vehicle starting under $30,000. Most competitors make you pay extra for half of this stuff. Here's what surprised us. These systems actually work well together instead of fighting each other like in some vehicles we've tested. The automatic emergency braking doesn't slam on the brakes every time a leaf blows across the road, and the adaptive cruise control adjusts smoothly without that jerky stop-and-go behavior that drives you crazy. The blind spot monitoring and lane keeping systems are calibrated properly. They warn you when needed, but don't constantly nag you about every small steering correction. Even the automatic high beams work as they should, switching between high and low without being too aggressive or too conservative. What we really appreciate is that Chevrolet includes the stuff that actually matters in real-world driving. Cross-traffic alerts for backing out of parking spaces, intersection collision protection for those scary left turns, and parking sensors that help when parallel parking in tight city spots. These aren't just checkbox features, they're systems you'll actually use. Powertrain. Adequate but not inspiring. The 2026 Equinox uses a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine across the lineup, producing 175 horsepower. It's sufficient for daily driving, but don't expect to be impressed by the performance. This powertrain prioritizes efficiency over excitement, and it shows. Front-wheel drive models get 184 pound-feet of torque, paired with a continuously variable transmission. The CVT is smoother than some we've experienced, but it still has that characteristic rubber band feel during acceleration. All-wheel drive models step up to 203 pound-feet of torque and get an 8-speed automatic transmission that's noticeably more responsive. That extra torque in all-wheel drive models makes a difference in real-world driving. Merging onto highways and passing slower traffic feels more confident, though you'll still need to plan ahead for quick maneuvers. The 8-speed automatic shifts smoothly and finds the right gear most of the time. 0 to 60 miles per hour takes about 8.6 seconds with all-wheel drive, perfectly adequate for daily driving, but not particularly exciting. The engine provides decent low-end pull thanks to the turbocharger, but it runs out of steam at higher RPMs. This is clearly tuned for efficiency rather than performance. The drive mode selector adjusts throttle response and transmission behavior, though the differences are subtle. It's more about optimizing for different conditions rather than creating dramatically different driving experiences. Ride quality is one of the Equinox's stronger points. The suspension absorbs road imperfections well without feeling floaty or disconnected. Highway stability is good, and the steering provides adequate feedback for confident driving in various conditions. Fuel efficiency is competitive with 26 miles per gallon city and 28 miles per gallon highway for front-wheel drive models. All-wheel drive models achieve 24 miles per gallon city and 29 miles per gallon highway. That higher highway number with all-wheel drive is unusual and welcome. However, towing capacity is modest at 800 pounds for front-wheel drive and 1,500 pounds for all-wheel drive. That's enough for bikes or small trailers, but don't expect to haul anything substantial. Trim levels and pricing. Chevrolet's trim strategy for the 2026 Equinox is refreshingly straightforward. Starting at $29,995 for the LT with front-wheel drive, it undercuts many competitors while including features they charge extra for. The LT trim includes more standard equipment than expected: heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and that 11.3-inch infotainment screen with the 11-inch digital cluster comes standard. LED lighting and the full safety suite are included rather than being optional upgrades. For under $30,000, that's genuinely competitive. Both Activ and RS trims start at $34,395, and this equal pricing is smart. Rather than creating an artificial hierarchy, Chevrolet lets buyers choose based on style preference. The Activ emphasizes outdoor capability with all-terrain tires and rugged styling, while the RS focuses on sporty aesthetics with those black exterior elements. Activ-specific features include wireless charging, the hands-free liftgate, and power-adjustable front seats. The EvoTex and microfiber seating feels more premium than typical cloth. Rear cross-traffic braking adds extra safety protection that makes sense for outdoor adventures. RS trim gets wireless charging and rear park assist, plus that synthetic leather seating with red accents. The flat-bottom steering wheel and unique interior stitching create a sportier environment. Those 19-inch wheels make a visual statement, though ride quality suffers slightly. All-wheel drive costs $2,000 across all trims, bringing the LT all-wheel drive to $31,995 and both adventure and sport trims to $36,395. That consistent all-wheel drive pricing makes the decision simpler. Add traction capability for the same cost regardless of trim choice. Can the 2026 Chevy Equinox finally catch up with class leaders? It's hard to say. Check out this video about the reasons to wait for the incredible 2026 Honda CR-V, which you can now see on the screen. Usually considered the gold standard in the compact SUV segment, the CR-V brings novelties that will set the bar even higher.